Storyboard today, NIIT rolls out a new brand positioning. Lenovo India's ambitions. And we bring you an exclusive preview of Micromax's ad for their LED television and Pepsi's film Made from Outer Space. Hello and welcome to Storyboard. I'm Surabhi Upadhyay filling in for your regular anchor while she's holidaying in Europe. NIIT, the 34-year-old company that specializes in skills and talent development for the IT sector, has been remarkably consistent in its communication and branding since its inception. Now, as the company launches a new age career programs that go beyond IT, it's time for new brand positioning. Rahul Patwardhan, CEO, NIIT Limited, spoke to Storyboard editor Anant Rangaswami on the changes.
Pat, thank you so much for coming to us.
Thank you, Anand.
And to begin with, tell us why the repositioning, why this new campaign?
Well, NIIT has been in the IT training space for the last 34 years, and we've made our name for our contribution to the IT industry. Okay? But over the last 8 years, we've actually entered other sectors of the training disciplines, banking, for example, management and retail and telecom. But because our brand has been so successful and so powerful, and it's become a household name across India, we are still very strongly associated with the tag of an IT trainer. Okay? And therefore, it's become quite important for us to reposition the company, and for that, we've taken out the new branding campaign. Okay?
Now, one of the problems in the consumer perception is the fact that it's called NIIT, and the IT came from information technology. So, is that going to sort of restrict your ability to kill IT or suppress it?
Well, probably it's a good thing that we decided to shorten our name from National Institute of Information Technology to NIIT many years back. Like IBM, there's no more International Business Machines, and people know it for IBM, but IBM does many things beyond just supply of computers. In fact, today it's a services business and not a computer production business mainly. So I think it's really a question of repositioning the brand. One has choices. One could go for a complete new brand identity. But when you have such a strong heritage and association and salience, and you have a very strong brand trust in the market, it would be rather foolish to not extend that brand and reposition it rather than trying to go for a completely new brand.
Right. With the changing times and sort of your leveraging of IT and digital, your product offerings also changed.
Absolutely.
It's not all brick and mortar now. You're offering cloud courses. So how will the consumer say of a course where he doesn't visit an NIT center at all? How will he see the new positioning?
So that's one of the important things that we're trying to do. NIT was known for IT training, NIT was known for physical IT training centers, and that's the manifestation of NIT in the public's eye at large. But over the last 10 years, we've actually been using a lot of technology in the delivery of education. It's not just very recent. Cloud Campus was launched many years back. Many years back, we've launched the synchronous learning platform where an expert faculty sitting in one city can simultaneously be having students in 200 cities around the country attending a class live. And those programs have been doing extremely well for the last 8-9 years. But technology is still seen by the average person in the public as something hidden behind the physical brick and mortar walls of NIT. One more thing that we're trying to do with our new campaign, and you'll see more elements of that as we unveil the campaign, is technology becoming central to the way NIT interfaces with its consumer community. While the centers may still remain, because a lot of training that is required to be done requires blended training, classroom-based plus online. But the first point of interaction of a consumer would be with a technology-enabled NIT. They get information, they may select courses, they may register, they may make payments, they may even do parts of the course online, they may access a tutor online, and they may also go to centers to do some parts of the courses. And depending on the course, there could be a lot of center activity, there could be no center activity, or there could be a blend.
Right. So now, you're clearly saying NIT is much beyond IT.
Absolutely.
We do all these other things, which leaves it open for you to add 100 new courses. For example, you could add, for the sake of argument, catering course or shipbuilding course or whatever. So, are you seeing that you're seeing your expertise as ability to deliver education rather than?
Absolutely. I think you hit the nail on the head. With the leveraging of technology as a platform for engagement with our consumer marketplace, It provides us a platform for rapid scaling, and that's what's required today. If you look at the McKinsey report that's been produced for the NSTC, it shows that there's an acute shortage of talent across the 32 sectors of the economy that NSTC is focusing on. And IT and BFSI, which are the two domains, National Skills Development Corporation, Government of India. IT and BFSI, which are the areas that we have been focused on most in the past, are actually two of the smaller sectors in terms of the requirement of fresh skilled people to enter the industries. And then if we start talking about the people who need to be retrained and reskilled and upskilled in all the other industries, the numbers are even larger. NIIT has done well in terms of our ability to scale using a large physical brick and mortar distribution network and the cloud campus platform and SLT platform we have. But the task to be serviced in all these other sectors is much larger. So with the technology platform, we will be able to access a 360-degree partner ecosystem. So let us say you have a course on advertising, and you happen to run that course really well, but you run a very small center in Mumbai. You don't have an access to take that course all over India. The NIIT technology platform will make it possible for you as a specialist in your area who's interested in conducting a course or have a very good course that's successful in your town, take it all over India. There will be courseware providers, there will be individual faculty, there will be assessment centers, there will be placement agencies. Then the students themselves and the recruiters can all come and engage and access skills across a whole domain, a whole set of domains, and that's the whole direction we're moving in.
Now, so finally, I want to sort of considered reply on this. Now, this is not a campaign where you're going to measure it after 2 weeks or 3 weeks. There's obviously the start of something very, very exciting for NIIT. So tell me, what would you like to see 3 years from now as having been achieved by NIIT?
So NIIT, as I said before, has made a significant contribution to skilling India in the IT sector. And the number of people that we have supplied to the IT sector over the last 34 years, I think is something which has clearly contributed substantially to the success of the IT industry in India. That job is done. The IT sector is now mature. There are a different set of skills that are required. The numbers are not as large, but they're much more specialized, and NIIT will continue to service that demand. But when you look beyond IT, the availability of skills across almost every industry sector is really scarce, especially when you're talking about skills rather than highly educated degree holders or master's degree holders, for which you have quite a few universities available. That sector is currently starving for high quality training, where you get out people who can actually be ready for the job day one, whether it is healthcare, whether it is telecom, whether it's retail, name the sector, there's a shortage. On the other hand, there are 200 million or 250 million unemployed youth in India. So we have a paradox here. We have the pool of talent, but we don't have the talent. Okay. So that's a grand opportunity for NIIT. Not just an opportunity, I think, it's a responsibility for a company which has been able to demonstrate the kind of scale that is required to solve this problem. Nobody else has actually trained 35 million people on one subject. So how do we extend the scaling ability of NIIT using technology, using our reach all across India, combining that with new innovative models to address this much larger problem? So what I would look at is 3 years from now, if we were told that NIIT has made a substantial contribution to the Skill India program, and we were to hear that from the government, that's something I'd look forward to.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you.
The campaign rolls out next week. We'll take a short break here. When we come back, Nick Reynolds, Chief Marketing Officer, Asia Pacific, Lenovo, talks to us on their ambitions beyond the laptop.